Today we're going to be talking about the global issue. So your objective by the end of this video is to be able to examine a global issue within a text. In the individual oral, the prompt says that you're going to be examining the ways in which the global issue of your choice is presented through the content and form of the two works that you have selected. So you might be wondering, well, where do I find this global issue? How do I talk about it? And that's what we're going to be discussing in this video today. Some further things written about in the individual oral prompt, we see that they expect that when you select an extract of no more than 40 lines, it should be representative of the presence of this particular global issue. It should also have a clear connection with the global issue, and you're going to be developing a well-supported argument that explores the ways in which both texts that you've selected represent and explore the global issue. And they should show significant moments, the two texts that you select, when this global issue is being focused on. So that begs the question, what is a global issue? So a global issue should incorporate three properties. It should be significant on a wide and large scale. It should be transnational, meaning it should happen here in the United States, but also somewhere like India. Its impact should also be felt in everyday local context. So is it an issue that we deal with here in Temecula? So I want you to think, what are some global issues that you are passionate about? And that is going to help you think through what topics you might be interested in. There are 5 different global areas in IB, and you'll see them represented in this poster that I'll also post in our classroom. The first one is culture, identity, and community. Now, this is not a global issue, but this is an area that you can get your global issue from. So perhaps you are interested in the ways that family, class, race, ethnicity, and nationality, or colonialism impact each other. You can use this as a jumping off point to create a global issue. Another topic that you could focus on are beliefs, values, and education. So maybe you want to explore educational systems or how we develop our beliefs and values. You can also look at politics, power, and justice. So examining power structures, hierarchies, distribution of wealth, equality, inequality, power, and conflict. Another one that you could examine is art, creativity, and the imagination. So you could look at how does an author actually create art in their craft. You could look at their craft, beauty, and how they impact society through their art. Science, technology, and the environment. Perhaps you want to explore how humans and the environment interact and the implication of technology and media on society. So what you're going to make sure not to do is just select a topic like feminism from the topics above. Instead, you're going to determine a specific issue for discussion that can be reasonably explored. So here's an example. With community, culture, and identity, the theme of gender might be too broad. So instead, these topics are more narrow, and this could be what I explore in my global issue. So how gender bias manifests itself in different contexts, how that could be evidenced in many different ways in different sorts, how different authorial choices will determine what is meant by author bias. Here's a more specific example from On the Rainy River. So perhaps I'm interested in beliefs, values, and education, and more specifically, how tensions arrive when different beliefs conflict. So perhaps a global issue I want to explore is how do you make the most ethical choice when your country gives a mandate that goes against your personal beliefs of what is right? When we look at our 3 things that we need to make sure that we do when we look at a global issue should be significant on a wide scale. Many people encounter this ethical choice. Should be transnational. People from other countries could be forced with the same ethical dilemma. And its impact should be felt in everyday local context. So just like we see Tim O'Brien wrestling with his choice, whether or not to defect in the draft, we see other people wrestling with choices about whether to be loyal to their country or loyal to their own beliefs. So we'll be exploring more about global issues, but this is just a quick introduction to the global issues that you'll be looking at in class.